Hey there! Today I'm going to show you how to transfer an artistic piercing stencil to the skin. Before we get started, you will need some materials, including a printer and paper. Either A4 size or letter size will work. You will need a pair of scissors, a cork board like this, along with thumbtacks. Alternatively, you can use a piece of cardboard that is larger than the size of your paper, along with some green tape. You will also need something that is sharp and pointy, like this screw. You can also use a nail or a thumbtack. You will need some medical supplies, including gloves, skin disinfectant, medical tape, and last but not least, you will need a surgical skin marker, preferably fine tip for best results. All right, let's get started. Once you've purchased your stencil and downloaded the files, you can go ahead and open up the PDF. From here, we're going to go to File and Print. Then you just want to make sure that you have scale selected in this section and that it's set to 100%. From here, we're going to click Print, and that should print your stencil. Next, we're going to take our design and place it on the cork board and tack it down in a few places using thumbtacks. You can also use cardboard instead and green tape and just tape the design down. From here, we're going to look at our design and identify where the needles go in and out of the skin. So in this design, the gray shaded area represents where the needles are under the skin. So anytime the needle enters or exits a gray shaded area, we need to make a hole. I'm going to use this. You can use a thumbtack if that's easier for you. Just make sure that you make holes that are large enough so that it will be easier to transfer the stencil. Now for this part, do your best to be precise, because if your stencil is off, your piercing is definitely going to be off. So it's a really good idea to take your time to do this part as well as you can. Once you've done all the holes, you can go ahead and remove the green tape. Or if you tacked your design down, you can remove the tacks and take it off the cork board. Once you've finished that, you can go ahead and remove the design from the cardboard or cork board. And next we're going to cut the design out. You want to be sure to leave about 1 inch or so around the perimeter. All right. So we have that. I'm also going to cut out a little piece from the center. That actually just makes it easier to transfer the design because you can tape it down from the middle. A little pro tip for you there. All right. Now for the fun part. So you'll need to pick an area on the body where you want to transfer the stencil. Make sure that it's clean, and you may need to remove the hair. And after you've done that, you can proceed to disinfecting the skin. So I'm going to do that now. You can see that my wipe is very wet. So I'm just going to give it a couple minutes to dry. Okay, so now that the area is dry, I'm going to go ahead and place my stencil on the skin and start to tape it down. I use medical tape, and I like to start in the center of the design and then start taping around the edges. And then you are ready to start making your dots. So I'm going to use a surgical skin marker. It's a fine tip marker, and I'm just going to start to go and make dots in all the places where I had poked the holes earlier. You want to make sure you're going all the way down so that you can feel the marker making contact with the skin. And feel free to go as slow as you need to go in order to be precise. All right, now we are ready to take the stencil off the skin. And you can see that all the dots have transferred perfectly. At this point, I like to go and mark my first needle's path using my surgical skin marker so that I know exactly which dots are associated with the needle. Otherwise, it's really easy to accidentally line it up with the wrong one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to pick this line here. You don't have to do that. It's just something that I do sometimes to make it less confusing when I have so many dots. At this stage, you can just wait a minute or two to allow the ink to completely dry. And then you're ready to start piercing. And at the end, if you want to remove these markings of the line, you can do that easily with a rubbing alcohol swab. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. This stencil and others are available in my Etsy shop. I'll put the link below. And if you're interested in learning more about artistic piercing, I'll also put the links to my classes in the description. Thanks for watching.